So crypto assets, again, attempt to obviously harmonize the regulation across Europe. These are all great approaches to do this in an informed way and in partnership with the industry, as opposed to, for example, in the US, like what we see is a lot of regulation by enforcement. But besides that, I think touching a bit more as well around, from banks and their approach, I think, again, obviously regulation will impact how much and how quickly banks embrace this space. But I think what also we see today is some banks, especially more sort of kind of established traditional high street banks, have a very blanket approach to saying, we don't want to work with you if you do anything at all with crypto. And we see that, for example, when we talk to customers, prospects, when we talk about, how we use XRP in that payment flow, and it's just a means of getting that efficiency, cost transparency. Our customers are not exposed to any sort of volatility. They get it immediately. They want to, jump on board, but their number one worry is, how will my bank treat this, right? And what we see a lot of times is when we are in that conversation with their banking partner to talk about how we actually use XRP, there's no speculation. It's a means to an end. It's a technology play, right? They actually understand and they really kind of jump on board. So I think I would basically warn against the blanket approach and really banks to kind of jump in and understand the specific use cases and how it's done. And that's only going to be right to their advantage, because I think we all agree here that we see the future as that crypto-enabled future. And those banks basically who don't jump on board, unfortunately, will stay behind.
You lost your color for a minute, now you black again. Yeah, I'm on a blockchain with it, and my blockchain monkeys full of octane in them. You know the vibe, plus we shredded than a motherfucker. Yeah, we crash monkeys. Yeah, we crash monkeys. It go Planet of the Apes, gorillas in a mess. All these bad rules all over my shit. It go Planet of.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, before we get to the juicy part of the steak, I want to give a huge shout out to my sponsors, Lumi Wealth, using algorithms to make investing easier and more profitable. What is going on, blockchain monkeys? If you hear that, thank you for coming to my jungle. First of all, I'm no financial advisor whatsoever, nor am I professional in blockchain technology. But there's one thing that I absolutely will do, and that's give my opinion. So today, we have got to go back in on Quant. I mean, why wouldn't we? I mean, right now, she's quantificating. She's starting to let some steam off. If you guys are looking for an entry point, who knows where this baby's gonna go, okay? But before we get started, before we get to it, I'm gonna need you to rub those hands together real vigorously and slide down Twitter. Coming out of the press, we have James Bull. KuCoin is out of Quant. Have you ever seen this before on another coin? The platform's total QNT holdings in the margin market have reached maximum limit. Margin orders of buying QNT have been temporarily suspended. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. And this coming in from Watcher Guru, just in 1.7 trillion asset manager Deutsche Bank headquarters raided by German authorities in tax investigation. What do we have going on here? And Jenna X got her moon boots on, coming in hot. XLS20D migration update for XRP stick NFT holders. Let's get it.
Hey guys, I have a very important XLS20D update for XStick NFT holders. All XStick NFT current owners will need to migrate their own XLS14D NFTs over to XLS20D. The migration will not be done by the XStick team. Sologenic has developed an easy-to-use portal. It just takes a few clicks. All of the future NFTs that XStick mints are going to be on XLS20D when it becomes live in the validators within 2 weeks, hopefully. Also, XLS20D NFTs can be sold at the marketplace from that day forward. So only XLS20D on the marketplace. They will have a tag showing which standard each NFT is. So basically all XLS14D minted NFTs must be converted to be able to sell them. This is going to speed the transition process. So hope this helps. Love you, XStick Army.
Now this coming in from Quant. Have you missed Gilbert Verdin at QuarterCon 2022? It doesn't matter because he's taking his rounds across the earth. Okay, you have the merge coming up. Okay, now check this. TradeFi. Gilbert says TradeFi can gain new efficiencies by transforming securities and other instruments into digital assets. It's a win-win for institutions, exchanges, and consumers. And coming back in again from Quant, we have fascinating day at Merge 2022. de-risking DeFi. And speaking of DeFi, I ran into a beautiful article regarding what is happening here. What is Quant finna do in this space? Ladies and gentlemen, you're talking about the Overledger. Have you seen what they're doing? Connecting everything. Take a look at your screen. You see your quarter, Ethereum, this Overledger is just, it's just interconnecting every single thing. Over here, you have XRP, Ethereum. It doesn't matter what crypto you have. You want to interact, you want to be multi-chain, you might want to take a look at Quant. Gotta give a huge shout out to Bullish Charles for purchasing my NFT music track, Solo Nation. Huge shout out to you, my brother, okay? Shout out, not only was this NFT owned by Zokiller himself, but it has unreal utility. Solo Nation OG Club, it also gets you Astronauti's Moon Polo Club access, as well as full rights to the track. Let's go. And also, ladies and gentlemen, be on the lookout. We will be releasing the track as a music NFT on the Sologenic NFT marketplace in about a week or so. So be on the lookout for that. The lucky winner of one of those NFT tracks will be on the remix of Solo Nation. Let's go. And so, ladies and gentlemen, before we move on to the Quant article regarding TradeFi and DeFi, we got to give a huge shout out to Oliver LaRosa and the whole Globian squad. Look what we have here. It's like each and every day there's new stuff coming out. Creators can now launch projects on the Globian's platform. Crypto launchpads allow blockchain-based projects to raise capital and offer members early-stage token sales at bargain prices before the public launch. I mean, we're already over here staking and baking, and maybe you get a certain allocation for holding Gbex. Who knows? But ladies and gentlemen, look at what they're offering here. The link is in the description. Now, can we go over to Quant? This is what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Now, can we get to the Cajun seared salmon? Are TradeFi and DeFi on course for convergence or collision? Coming in hot from Rebecca Hackworth. Distributed ledger technology is poised to transform financial services. But how, when, and what role will regulation play? Gilbert Verdian, Quant's founder and CEO, weighed in on the stage. Now, Gilbert discussed how blockchain technology is changing traditional financial services and how DeFi will lower costs to bring new efficiencies. He shared his views on a panel session moderated by Dominic Hobson of the Future of Finance, joining Tom McDonald at R3, Richard Crook, BCB Group, and Michelle Catroni of SDX. Do you understand the magnification that's on that stage there, ladies and gentlemen? You are so lucky to be privy to this info and to be able to take hold of your future right here. This is no financial advice whatsoever, but if you're going to lay this stuff in front of me, my hyperactive informational formal disorder is going to kick in. Now, this particular part stood out to me. Do you think regulators will prefer convergence or competition with the need for the markets to be safe and consumers protected? Regulators have been a very difficult task. This technology is very nascent. It's only been around for 13 or 14 years. They've had to wait for the markets to mature to understand how to regulate it. Now that the market has grown, DeFi has been a great learning curve and shown what is possible. The regulators now understand it and are taking the right approach by letting the markets decide what is appropriate and then regulating against that. Now the market is waiting for the rules to come in so they can treat it, new digital securities, just like any other asset class. So you stuff your bags till you can't stuff no more. Let's go. Look at that, Quant Networks. 194. Now, I don't know if this is going to go lower. I don't know if this is a floor, but I'll tell you one thing. It was less than $100 a month ago. You've seen the use case. You've seen the utility. You've seen the connections. What more do we have to say?
Cause it's gorillas in the jungle. Sunny Lou, they rockin' with me. Oh, they feeling me. ODL, that's the order, liquidity. Hey, Wall Street, we got what you need. I love a crypto liquidity. Blockchain, blockchain. Cause it's the standard in this bitch. XRP. I went to YouTube University, and now they mocking me with no degree. We saying body swift, keep it walking. Respecting elders in these bushes. Bitcoin is talking.
You don't have to be rich to be taking advantage of this. This was the beginning of the greatest transformation of wealth the world has ever fucking seen since World War II.
Blockchain, blockchain. We talking about an intellectual choo-choo train. It's DLT up in these streets, man. That's why we rip all on that blockchain. Blockchain.